Episode 2 was rough. Hey everyone, welcome back to our corner of the web. Today I'm back to review episode 2 of Marvel's Secret Invasion. I think I have even more questions this time. The episode started out showing some scenes from Captain Marvel, and then it showed some flashbacks from, I think it was 1997, back when Gravik first came to Earth. Now, if you watched my review from the first episode, you'll know that I was really hoping to see flashbacks showing what happened after Captain Marvel, so I'm really glad they had those, and I hope they have more in future episodes. In that flashback, it talked about what Gravik went through before he came to Earth, and I'm curious if it will go more into that, and if it will show how it affected him. Also, I'm curious, that one scroll, she said that he's only a child in human eyes, and I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean, because he seemed like he was a child, like a Skrull child too, so I don't know if she just means the fact that he's been in war makes him not a child anymore, or what. It's a little bit heartbreaking watching that scene and seeing how much trust Talos and Gravik had in Fury. It makes what Fury did seem even worse. So it seemed like among that group of Skrulls that were in that meeting with Talos and Fury, Gaia and Gravik were the only kids. So it would make sense that they would have a close bond, and they probably went through a lot together. So I really hope that they go into that, because it seems important. After the bombing, the way that Talos got Fury away from there was a little weird to me. Am I the only one who doesn't get why it happened the way it did? Maybe I'm just being dumb, I don't know. I'm also wondering where they were going on that train, like what their plan was. While they were on the train talking about the Skrulls and what happened to them, Talos said something about some sort of Emperor's colony, and I don't know if it's mentioned that before, I don't really remember, but I wonder what that's all about. I honestly thought that Talos had a really good argument about bringing the Skrulls to Earth. Like, it's true, Fury left and Talos couldn't really get him to come back to Earth, and he didn't know what to do, and he had to take care of his people. So honestly, I was frustrated at Fury myself, and I think he was wrong to just send Talos away like that. So at the end of that, I feel like Fury was being totally unsympathetic, but Talos was being a little bit naive in thinking that the Skrulls and humans could live peacefully together, since as they've seen before, it just has never worked. I was a little bit annoyed with Maria Hill's mom. I was wondering why she was blaming Fury for Maria's death. Like, she knew what she did for a living, right? Maria knew what she was getting into, and it's true, she did follow Fury till the end. I thought it was interesting, in the car when Gravik and Gaia were talking, he said that you don't punish a man by giving him what he wants. So I think he's saying that Fury does want to die. For a minute there, I was wondering why Gravik was at that council meeting, and then finally revealed that they were all Skrulls, and I was like, oh, duh. But I'm wondering if the bodyguards are Skrulls or humans. Because I mean, I guess if they're hired to just do their job and be quiet, it makes sense that they would be humans, but also not, because I feel like it's a little too far. We can see in that scene that obviously Gravik does not think very highly of humans, and I wonder how many other Skrulls feel the same. It seemed to me like the people on the council were part of that original group of Skrulls from the flashback scene, and so I want to know how they got to those positions of leadership, and if Fury is aware of any of that. Also in that scene with the council, that one woman who refused to submit, she mentioned that the Skrulls were too eager to wage war that first time. And so now I'm wondering if what we knew about what happened is different. And I want to know what really happened during that first war. There's two things about this woman. First of all, I have a hard time believing that Gravik is really gonna let her go unharmed. And also, I'm curious if she has always sort of been a double agent, seeing as she was in contact with Talos. I don't know if she was talking to him the whole time or somehow just did it then. Gravik didn't seem afraid at all of the possibility of the Avengers coming in, so I'm wondering what he has planned in that case. It's kind of a scary thought. It seems to me that Talos is kind of losing control. It's like he's trying to deal with Fury and Gravik and trying to do what he can to make peace between all these, but his fear for his daughter is also taking over, and his guilt about everything, and I feel like he feels kind of helpless, and so it's making him a little more reckless, and that can be dangerous for everyone. So after Gravik and Gaia come back, he sends his right-hand guy off to visit these scientists. And honestly, I don't even know why he did, because it didn't really seem like he did anything. But we see that they're working on something big, and I'm a little nervous to see what that's gonna be. Honestly, when Fury was talking with Rhodey and refusing to get help from the Avengers, I thought it was Gravik for a minute there, because I thought he was trying to make sure that they didn't get involved. I think Fury is also kind of losing control. He can't really accept that he's different now and that he isn't as strong as before, and he wants to keep doing everything on his own, but he just can't. I think he was unnecessarily violent in that scene, and it just kind of reaffirms the idea that he is trying to stay in control, but there are bigger things happening that he can't really stay on top of. I think the best part of that scene was probably Rhodey's speech about not giving power to mediocre men just because they look like him. And now we get to the torture scene. This was honestly difficult for me to watch. I will admit I have a hard time handling that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a lot. I guess that's really all I have to say about it, was that it was intense and difficult to watch. But also, why did that cop put his coat on the meat hook? That was really gross. I feel like Gaia is kind of a low-key double agent. Like, I don't know if she's directly in contact with Talos right now, if she is full-on betraying the other Skrulls or not. Because in the last episode, I was thinking that she didn't know what was gonna happen, but it seems that she actually did know what was gonna happen. But I think that she doesn't really like the way that Gravik is going about things, and so she's kind of digging more into it and doing her own spying on him. But she hasn't fully betrayed him yet. Although I do wonder who she was calling in the alleyway. I'm honestly so mad that Gravik killed that one Skrull who got tortured. I feel really bad for him, and the fact that Gravik made his friend do it is just even more messed up. Then we get to the final scene, the big reveal that Fury has a wife. I did not see this coming at all, and I wonder if he knows that she's a Skrull. I mentioned in my last review that I was wondering who Maria was talking about when she was talking to Fury about him coming back to Earth for someone else other than Talos, and I'm assuming that his wife is who she was referring to. So I guess we have that question answered. This was a really big shock, so I hope they go into their relationship and their history together. Well, that's all I have for episode 2. This episode definitely got darker than the last, and I'm kind of wondering if it's gonna keep getting darker or if that's just kind of where it's gonna stay for the rest of the season. Kind of felt like that first episode was the opener, and now they're like just diving deeper and deeper into this whole spy movie world. So I'm curious to see where they're going with it, and I hope I can handle what they do next. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see me react to the other episodes of Secret Invasion. And leave a comment down below giving your thoughts on episode 2 and what you want to see in the future. Until next time, bye.